Hello, Jeremy Ellis here from rocksetta.com. Had a heck of a time getting Phonegap version 3 working on a Windows machine, either the Vista or 7. What I used to do with Phonegap 2, since I'm in a networked environment and we don't have access to the system path, is I've always set up batch files. So this batch file just allows me to run command. It just is command. By the way, it's much better to run command from the start menu because you have autofill, and autofill is so much more useful than this one, but it's good for quick checking. The next one I've got is the create one. So what I do is I set the path, and this can be got around by installing node into one of my directories, not C drive. For some reason, C drive seems to mess up the automatic setting up of the system path to Phonegap and plugman, the npm directory. So I just write them out here. If I scroll along, there's Windows 32. That's where my node is installed. And here's the link to npm. Now, you could put %path% on the end there to grab the old path, but I'm just wanting to work with these. So here's my Phonegap create command. Really nice that I just come in here and change this and that each time I make a new app. Click run and it goes. So let's have a quick look at this. Here we go. We're going to create that app, and there's the DOSPO, and there's my app made. Took forever to get that going, and there are lots of different ways. Your path can be a node active going to the Phonegap.js, and that still works. But basically that's working. Now the next thing we need is to build the thing. Let's put these two files into my new directory that has the www. That's where your index file, that's the entry point for Phonegap stuff. So here's the build one. Let's go have a look at build. Build looks like this. I set a Java home, an Android home. They're in the directory. It's reasonably obvious there. I don't know if this SDK home is important, but I've got it there anyway. Things work. You can see my path again as the Windows and the Windows 32. It has, I could have done %home, get home %, but I'm just writing it out because it's easier to copy from the actual file directory. I'll show you what I mean. If I was going to the node one, if I just copy that, Control C, then I can go back to this, and I can just paste it right there, or in this case right there. Don't forget, with Android, you need tools right there, and platform tools. Let's see what else I got in my path here. I've got the ant bin. Almost all of these end up with bin. And this one I have included path on the end, just for something different. Here's my Phonegap local build Android. I'm building it on my machine. So let's go back to my app. I'm just going to click build and have a look at that. So it's adding the Android platform. You don't need to do the Phonegap platform add or whatever the command is. The great thing with these batch files is you don't have to remember all these things, and my goodness, I make typing mistakes. I'm putting things in the wrong folder. With these ones, I just go into the batch files. This one you never have to change. So it's compiling it. It will eventually put it into the platform's Android folder. Let's wait till it's fully done. Now, I'm in a networked environment, which in some ways makes things better because I can put almost all this stuff on the network and have users use it whenever they want with these batch files, and I can update systems without them changing their process at all. So it looks like it worked. Let's go into platforms, Android, and bin. And there, let's drag this out a little bit. There is my compiled Android app. Now, I don't do the emulator thing. I just email that to myself. Email it to my darn phone, install it on the phone, It's faster than waiting the 5 minutes for the emulator to get going, unless you get really fast computers. Just email that thing to yourself. So that's about it. Plugman is probably not going to work for me today because I already got it installed, but this is the same kind of thing. I've got Git set up, I've got a path, plugman install, platform, Android, project, the dot. I don't know if that really works, but here's the plugin. Long line. You can get a list of those from Adobe. My problem at the moment is I don't see example apps in GitHub that I can just run to run the compass and it works, or run the local storage and it works. Phonegap 2 is so awesome. You could load up every single plugin and it worked with the first app, and now that's a bit confusing. I know I can get it done, but it's just kind of confusing at the moment. I hope Phonegap can fix that up and improve these issues on Windows machines. I'd like to show you one more batch file. Here it is. This is on a network, and this setting up a drive is the best thing ever. You can have spaces in your folders. It works really well. Then we set up home, Android, all those things with the drive letter P. This is the format. Persistent no means once this window's closed, it's all done. And once again, set up your paths, and then all your main commands can go right down here. I just set up the same darn file for each thing and let it go. Anyway, I hope things get easier with Phonegap 3. Hope this helps people install it on Windows, and have a good day.